Yeah, I'm a little bit mad. I seen where our local is supporting Biden, and I seen where the union out in Vegas, the union leaders, thinks that our health insurance is just so good. Well, that's not the reason they want to keep the health insurance. And I'm a union member, been a member of the Iron Workers Local for 21 years, and let me show you the reason they want to keep this. Here's a look at a normal pay stub of mine. Of course, I've got a lot of stuff blocked out, but the important stuff is there. And there you see our regular earnings. There's the hours and rates, but when you get down there to the bottom here, this is the benefits. And these would be on our check, on the wage, but instead of being on the wage, we pay to have these other benefits. They're not given to us. And most of them are good. They're all good. But here's what I want to point out. Okay, you see where it says union annuity? That's part of our retirement. Sort of like a 401k. And you see the very bottom there where it says pension? Well, that is what it is. We've got a pension too. But where it says H&W, notice how much that is. That's $263.68. And this check only had total hours 2250 plus 4, so 26 and a half hours is all that was on this check, which is pretty typical for a construction outside worker. Apparently we had some rainouts this particular week that I'm showing, but the numbers are still there. That's going to wind up being $9.95 an hour that comes off our total pay. Total package is what we call it. $9.95 an hour. They took out $263.68. Well, that the deal is, all right, we have to get 1,500 hours a year to get one pension credit, and that changes from local to local, but in my local in particular, 1,500 hours. So if you take $9.95 and multiply that times 1,500 hours, you're going to be in the neighborhood of $14,000 for a whole year. Well, you're not going to find a plan in the country that's going to cost $14,000 a year. Now, I'm sure you can, but most people are not going to pay that much for good insurance. So that's why they don't want to lose their insurance, because this is a money maker for the unions. The union annuity, no, that goes to us no matter what. The pension, that's going to go quite a bit to us. But the health and welfare, that's going to give us coverage, but depends on, you don't know how much you're going to wind up using that year. So there's a lot of money left over. Now, I'm not going to speculate what they do with the money, and I don't care what they do with the money. That's not the point. The point is they don't want to lose this money coming in off the health and welfare, because that is apparently the reason that Biden wants to stand with the union bosses and keep this health and welfare. It ain't because it's good. A lot of plans are good, but what's going to happen if we get Medicare for all, like Bernie Sanders won't, which is who most iron workers I know are supporting, that money's going to go on our check. It's going to go back to us. And $9.95 added on my check, hey, that's the kind of raise we're all needing as a middle class and as the working class, and that's where that money will have to go, because that money is paid by the contractor and it goes into our account, and they buy health care plans with it. So if we're no longer having to have the union buy this health care plan, this money goes on our check, but the union leaders will not want that to happen. They do not want that touched. And that's where Biden is in bed with the union bosses. It's money. It's money involved. That has to go. Health and welfare, $9.95 an hour. Well, sure, it's good. Well, it better be good. You're paying that much. So, just to let you know, a lot of people don't know how unions work. Contractor doesn't care where the money goes. They're paying almost, in this case, in this local, they're paying almost $70 an hour. Now, the union divides that up with the backing of the voting members, but it never fails. It seems like every year we have to put more on the health and welfare to keep our coverage, and we're paying way too much. And this is the reason why the culinary doesn't want their union to vote for Bernie, because they don't want to lose this neither. One more time, there it is, health and welfare. This is on a 26 hours worth of work, $263, which boils down, makes it $9.95 an hour. You have to work 1,500 hours a year to get a pension credit. So 1,500 times $9.95, do the math. It's expensive. And you can't tell me all that money is going toward insurance plans. It's going somewhere. And like I said, I'm not accusing nobody of nothing, but I am accusing them of not wanting to get rid of this because they know it will go back to the men, and they don't want that to happen. So there you go.